Hey y'all, and how are you guys doing today? I hope all my little sweet potatoes are doing great today. And you guys are lovely and tasty and sweet. I don't know if that came out right or not. But I hope you guys are doing great and you're having a really good day. This is GabeLuvsMakeup, and I am a 52-year makeup artist, and I've been in the industry for 25 plus years. I'm still in retail, and I help customers just like yourself with skincare, makeup, and fragrance every single day. I forget that sometimes. But anyway, guys, we're starting off today. We are actually doing 3 complexion products. We're doing a kind of comparison of one side versus the other. I have been wearing these for a few days, so I've been able to test both of these foundations out separately. But we're going to be testing out the new About Face foundation. It's called the Performer, and then the More Than the Pretty Face it's by Polite Society. These kind of both went kind of viral. And I wanted to try them both and see how they kind of felt. And then we're also going to be trying out the new Tarte Maracuja Juicy concealer. It's a new pot concealer that they just came out with. It's supposed to be a very hydrating concealer. So anyway, so if any of this interests you, or you want to see about these foundations, or if you've never heard about these foundations, or you want to see what my opinion are, especially on a 52-year-old dry skin, then definitely stick around and let's check it out together. Okay, guys, we are ready to start. I just did a little bit of my Bobbi Brown base face, enriched face base, but I can get that out. And a little bit of my Moncome. This is the priming serum. I did a little bit just right through here, and my L'Oreal Panorama mascara, which I'm really been loving, and my Sigma eyeshadow primer, just because I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow look a little bit later. And I just wanted to kind of set, and I want to have something a little bit on my eyes, so it won't be so bare. So yeah, we're just going to get ready. I'm going to spritz a little bit of my fragrance first, and this is the Black Opium. Really? This is the YSL Black Opium Over Red. If you guys have not sprayed this, if you guys have not tried it, you need to go in. Oh my God, it smells so good. I've went through so many samples of these. Because every time I go into a store, it's like I've been like really rating their tester because I just really love this fragrance. It smells so good. By the way, I have everything that's been posted lately in my latest videos, or the latest video, especially the Will I Buy It or the Pass or Yes, is all in my LTK shop. I've got everything that's come out new over there. From everything from Guerlain to the new Louis Vuitton foundation. I mean, everything that comes out new, I post it on my LTK shop. I don't always post stuff on my community tab. I only let you guys know about the most important launches, but every launch I try to put in that shop. So if you guys want to ever go visit my shop, I have everything in there that's new in makeup. If you want to just go over even just to look at it, you don't have to buy anything, but if you just want to go and look and see what's new and what's out, because you know, when we talk about most of those, sometimes they're not out yet. So just to give you that an FYI. And also one more thing too. Oh, I'm knocking stuff already. It is what it is, guys, because we're going to be dropping things already. I wanted to give a shout out to 5 of my Patreon / subscribers that I absolutely love, and they have given me thanks and sent me little things. I will put it up over here. Angel 12, Boucher 17, Shelly Luba 3115, Lisa Ray Roman 3736, Sanella Toviak 1303, and KI I think it's at 3506. Anyway, I will leave that up over here so you guys can see it. Thank you guys so much for your donations, your support, your thanks, because it really does mean a lot. If you guys ever want to just leave, you know, you want to help to support the channel, $1, $5, $2, whatever, there is a little clip down below the screen here that has thanks. If you just push it over, it's got a little $sign. You can always click that and just send over a little something, and it just goes into my monthly YouTube or whatever. If I get anything in YouTube, it just goes into that. So it just helps with the channel. So I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And with that said, on with the show. First of all, a sip of tea. It's not coffee, it's tea. My Be Buying Valentine cup. You can get them at Target, by the way. I think they're like $5. But they were almost sold out of them. So I know that it's getting closer to Valentine's Day. I'm sure that most of that's gone. But enough about me running my mouth, and let's get on with this foundation, because I know sometimes I get a little carried away into introductions and talking, and I'm so sorry about that. I apologize. I just want to get, sometimes I just have to clarify, because I'm only on here so much, and I know some of you guys are on Instagram, so it's just kind of, I have to catch up on as much stuff as I can whenever I get started. So, just to throw that out there. So anyway, to start off, let's start off with the Polite Society. So, by the way, I will let you guys know, I have used this foundation already. Both of them, I've used them separate a couple different days because I wanted to test it first to see what I thought of it. But both of these are available at Ulta. That is where I got these. So this one is the Polite Society foundation. It's called More Than a Pretty Face. And this one is the About Face called the Performer. I have the bottles right here, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is what the outside packaging kind of looks like. You guys can see it. They're both clean formulas. Just to give you a rundown really quick on this one really quick, the Polite Society. It's supposed to be no more than a foundation, skincare meets skincare hybrid, vegan, non-toxic, good for you ingredient, next generation, long wearing, weightless pigments, real skin pigment, pigments mimic real skin quickly, complete cover correct, treat skin comfortably. It's vegan, plumping, kindness, niacinamide, minimizing pores, honesty, willow bark. There's no parabens, cruelty, mineral oils, D5 free, alcohol, except cocktails. I don't know what that means. And next to trolls, which they were trying to be funny. This is by the company, I forgot the previous owners of Too Faced. They have a new company now, and this is their company. The packaging is super, super cute. It's like a little egg. It's really super cute. It's just really adorable. It is a really little adorable. It has a cute little pump on it, and the cap is pretty secure, so it does go pretty secure on it. I got this in the shade medium tan. It's the color that I got. I think it was medium tan cool is what it is. So this one is the About Face, and this is the Performer, and she is very similar, but it's coverage meets skincare, skin optimizing foundation, powerful ingredients, blue agave, wintergreen, corolla gnome to help hydrate, balance, smooth skin, buildable, breathable formula, medium coverage, long wear, second skin finish, vegan and cleanly formulated. And so yeah, it's pretty much, they're very, very similar. They're both, I think they're both bunny approved. It looks like they're both like bunny approved, I think. I'm pretty sure they're, but yeah, they are. They're both bunny approved. So it's really good if you guys are not really looking for something with a lot of, if you're looking for something kind of vegan, cruelty-free, these are really great options, because I know sometimes on here I don't always show a foundation that's cruelty-free. And I know a lot of you guys are very passionate about that, and I just want to respect that and, show you guys other options of things that you might be more interested in. So this foundation, I think, ran for about $45. It was either $42 or $45. I'll put it right here. And then this one here, I'm pretty sure this one was $21. Again, they are both in Ulta. This one is over on the more luxurious side, and then the About Face is more where you find L'Oreal and Maybelline and those kind of, it's over on that side. This is Halsey's brand, by the way. So if you love Halsey, or if you ever tried any of the About Face formulas, you may want to try this out. You might want to check this out too. So again, I've already tried these on both my face. And before we get into this, I might as well just talk a little bit about this. This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy. Again, she is cruelty-free, vegan as well. If you guys like Tarte, this may be something you're interested in. If you love the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer, it's more of a juicy formula, and I absolutely love that one. That one was one that I used for years, and I really did enjoy it. I ran out of it, and I have not replaced it yet, so I thought I would try this. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's like a little jar. It's supposed to be very full coverage, radiant finish, super complex hyaluronic acid to hydrate and brighten the under eyes, dark circles, redness while smoothing a lift appearance. I have not tried this one. This one is brand new. I had to get this off the Tarte website. This one is not available at Ulta or Sephora at this particular time. I'm sure that it will be. It's probably more of an exclusive just on Tarte and HSN right now at the moment. Usually sometimes HSN and Tarte will do it for like a month, just exclusive on the site, and then it will come available in Ulta and Sephora later on. But it will be probably available to pick up soon. The shade, by the way, I forgot in the About Face is that I have is the M2 Cool. And in the Tarte, I have the shade Medium, which was discovered. It was kind of like it said, I forgot, it was like a cool neutral or something like that undertone. It was a very cool medium, because I usually use like medium tan, which is the blend of peach and cool together. It's almost like a neutral. This one is supposed to be like that, but it's a little bit lighter. So we'll just have to play with it and see if the color works or not. But before we get into concealer or whatever, we're going to start with the foundation first. So again, I'd already prepped my skin a little bit, but I do want to, again, real fast, this YSL, I got some samples of YSL skincare, and this is the I think it's the Rouge collection, the Rich Cream and the Eye Cream and the oil. I got a little sample of the oil. I got it at a Dillard's that has a YSL counter there, and I forgot how much I love this brand. It is so good. It is so expensive. If I told you guys how much this cream was like $400, but I have it on now. I just love it. It just feels so good. Again, I will put that over in my LTK shop. If you want to check it out, I listed all of the skincare there that they give me some samples of, and thank you so much to the YSL team there at Dillard's in Greenville, South Carolina, because they're so awesome, and they made me some samples of it, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, and now that we're getting into the foundation, now that we're in my mouth a bunch. So let's start off with the More Than a Pretty Face. Let me roll my sleeves up just a little bit. And so I'm going to let you guys see what she looks like. I'm going to pump it out. So this is what the shade looks like. And then let me just do a side-by-side comparison. So this is the Performer. So this is, I forgot to shake up with the bottle. I'm like all over the place already in this one. But this is the bottle. This is what the bottle looks like, and it says the Performer, and then it has a doe foot applicator. So this is what the doe foot looks like. And I'm going to swatch the color beside the other one so you guys can see. As you can see, they're both stained pretty well. This one is just a tad bit runnier than this one. This one just looks a little bit more thicker. This one's a little bit more runnier. You can also see that the color is a little bit different. I was really hard with this one because I didn't have testers to play with to figure out my shade, because I actually picked this up in a store. They didn't have the testers yet, so I just picked it up and guessed at it. So this one is a tad bit lighter, and wearing it for a couple of days, it is a little bit lighter, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's doable. I can work with it. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wipe this. I'm going to do another pump in a minute. Let me just wipe this off my hand. So we can do a clean swatch and get started. So I'm gonna do it. I don't like to do this with the sponge because I think it works really nice with the sponge. I have not tried it with the brush because I really like to do things a little bit more with the sponge. But I mean, with the brush, it does go on really pretty. I did use the Laura Mercier recently. I got samples of it and really enjoyed it. And I still have like a little bit of my sample left. It's a really good foundation. And I did do that one with the brush, but I still enjoy doing it my favorite way with the sponge. This does give a beautiful medium coverage. I wouldn't say it gives like a full coverage, but it's a really beautiful medium coverage. If you can see, it goes really beautifully into the skin. It leaves, and even though I know I'm a little glowy, it does leave more of a radiance on the skin. It stays on all day long. You don't have to worry about, you can set it, I've set it with powder and I'm not set it with powder. So I've tried it both ways and I really enjoy this one. This one stays really nicely. It blends really beautiful into the skin. When I wore it, I did get a lot of compliments on it. A lot of people seem to like it, and it did last all day, like a good, most of my days are normally around 8 to 12 hours, and it did last really pretty. You can see how beautiful it looks. It looks really pretty. I'm going to pull out Chucky today because you guys know I've got like a multitude of mirrors. But yeah, it's just really beautiful. It blends in really good. It's just a really good color for me, believe it or not. Actually, in the summer, I would have to go probably a little bit darker, and this is a medium tan. So I mean, it's pretty, I mean, but it's a good color. It blends in really good with my neck, and I really do like the way that it looks, and it looks really beautiful. It just gives that really beautiful glow, which is what I like. So yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying this one, guys. This one's a really good one. I think I think this is definitely made a little bit more for normal to dry skin. It says all skin types, but I think it's a little too dewy for oily skin. It's just me personally. I don't think, if you've got a light combination skin, you would probably like it. But if you're a heavy combination skin to an oily skin, I don't know if I would mess with this one. I don't think it would be worth it for you at all. But this is about as much coverage as I want normally with this. But you can build it up a little bit. I have built it up a little bit with it. And you can do it a little bit more. I just don't like, I think this, again, like most of these skincare foundations, I think a lot of them are made more to be more natural-like and to be skin-like. And I think the more you pack it on, the more it looks cakey. And I don't think it looks very pretty and it's not flattering. I think they're meant to build lightly and not to build really heavily. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one up, and then we're going to do the, Performer next on this side. I'm not crazy about the doe foot. I think it was Clinique or there's another foundation that I've tried before that has a doe fit. I just don't like doing it on my face normally. I mean, I know I see bloggers and, or, influencers do it all the time. And I'm not super crazy about doing it or anything like that, touching my face or, taking the liquid and doing it all over my face. I know that that's supposed to be kind of like an entertainment thing, but to me, it's just not. I just think it's like a waste of product. But I've done this on the back of my hand too, which I'll do in a minute. But you can see this one is a little, as you can see when I did the demonstration on the back of my hand, it's a little bit lighter. It's just a tad bit lighter. This one also, let me do this too. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to do this one on this side. I'm going to do a little bit, just a little bit right there to show you what you guys can, if you can see it a little. I don't know if you can see it, but see, you can't really see. They look pretty much almost the same. I mean, when you even look side by side, at it, I mean, other than the fact that this one is a little bit more color, this one's a little bit more color, this one's not, this one is, they look very identical as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to take a little bit more here on the back of my hand with my sponge, and I'm going to add just a little bit more coverage here, just so you got that. Now, I will tell you, I also used this as concealer yesterday. I wore this to work yesterday. And it does last all day. It wears really well. I set it with just a little powder yesterday. The day before I did not. But it works really good as a concealer. The other one, I don't know. I just didn't like it using it as a concealer. But now this one, because of the doe fit, I don't know if I just took a little bit and just patted it around my eye. And it did really good. It didn't so if any of you guys, I know some of you guys like to use foundation as concealer. You don't like to use concealer. But it did pretty good as a concealer. It really did. It blended right in, especially if you like something that matches your skin tone and you don't want anything too light. It did a really good job. So this is to see how seamless and how pretty it is. It goes in so good in the skin. And you can see, and I'm not using, I mean, my sponge is barely damp. I don't have a lot of dampness on my sponge. And look how pretty that is. It just looks so good. It does look just like your skin. You can see like a little bit, like on this side, you can see a little bit more. You can still see your texture. You can still see, some pores and stuff like that. It's not completely gone away. And then this side, it looks just a little bit more smoother. You guys have to forgive me. I cut my nose when I was shaving. Earlier, I nicked my nose when I was shaving. It kind of went up and it cut it a little bit, and I hate when it does that. So sometimes if you see a little dot there, that's what that is. It cut it. So I'm so sorry. It's a little mark. So I apologize. It's just when you hit it, it starts to bleed again. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's just a little. This one is just a little bit more glowier to me. It's a little glowier. This one's a little bit more smoother. Like it looks a little bit smoother. It doesn't look as, it just looks like the pores and everything look a little bit more smoother. It looks a little bit more polished, so to speak, where this one is just definitely more of a full-on, more radiance to me as far as I'm concerned. So one more thing before we go off and do the concealer. I've just got to say, I think this one is a little bit more lighter coverage. I think you have to build it up more than this one. This one, I feel like immediately you get a little bit more, it does a little bit more like coverage immediately, where this one you got to build up more. Like I feel like you just, even this is with 2 coats, it like already is still not enough. And maybe if I did it with the brush, it might give you a little bit more coverage, but I feel like this one's a little lighter. I feel like this one just gives a little bit more of like that medium coverage right away. So just keep that in mind as far as contacts goes, as far as I'm concerned, especially if you like to use a sponge. If you like to use a brush, you probably would get maybe a little bit more medium coverage using a brush. But I do like them both. It's just, I just feel like this one's a little more dewy. This one's, again, is a little bit more of like a polished look. Maybe almost like a satin. It reminds me a little bit of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. The original foundation is kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. This one, it does remind me of that, except it's just a little bit more satiny and not as dewy. This is a little bit more dewy. But you know me, I love dewy because I'm very dry, so I'm really enjoying this. But this does go really pretty too. This is just a little bit more satin looking. Okay, guys, looking at this, both of them look really beautiful. I can't really, to be honest with you, and two, again, one just looked a little bit more like more satin, not as dewy. This one's more dewy. And again, I primed them both the same way. So anyway, you have to let me know down below what you guys think. You know, again, one is just a little bit more, this one's a little bit more, $40. This one's like 21. But again, they look both similar to me. They both have similar ingredients to me. You know, I really like them both. I can't really complain about either one of them. I mean, I've really enjoyed them both. They've stayed on really well. If you've got dry skin, I think you will like this. Again, this one, definitely more normal to dry, light combo. Maybe would like this one. On this one, on About Face, poor little thing, I've just not given her the attention that she deserves. I do love the bottle. The bottle's really pretty. She's pretty. I just don't like the doe foot. That's the only thing. I do like this one. I think if you're a little bit more, maybe combination of maybe a slight oilier, if you do a good primer and you do a good powder over it, you could get by with this one because it's a little bit more, it doesn't have as much glow as this one does. But, you know, but they both wear well with and without powder. So, I mean, it would be up to you, but this one's a little bit less expensive. But it's, to me, it's a little less coverage, where the other one's a little bit more coverage. So it just depends on what you're looking for. This one does have, I think it was about 40 some shades, I believe. And I can't remember how many this one is. I'll leave it right here and let you guys know. But it is a really good foundation. Okay, so now we're ready to go on to this little concealer here. So this is the Juicy Concealer. So she is pot. She's very creamy. You can see she's definitely got a radiance to her. You only need a little bit. I can already tell that it is a little bit of that cream concealer. And see how thick she is? She's very thick. So, and that was barely touching it. So on application, just doing it on the back of my hand, and my hand is not like the most emollient or most hydrated. It does have a little bit of a glow, and I've really worked it in there though and barely touched it, but it does have coverage. So I'm gonna take just a little bit of this with my BK Beauty brush. I'm gonna tap just a little bit because you guys know this is my favorite foundation brush. I'm gonna tap just a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna warm it up a little bit because I don't think we're gonna need a lot of this for sure. And I'm gonna take it and put it right up underneath here. But I did do a little bit of my my Sigma eyeshadow primer. I think I told you guys that. I don't know if I did or not. If I did, I repeat myself consistently, so I'm a little bit nuts anyway, so it's okay. But anyway, let me take a little bit more, warm it up a little bit more here on the back of my hand here. I'm trying to do just a little bit and not do a lot because it looks like it's going to be definitely more of a fuller coverage. I definitely don't want to go in because it looks like it would get, it's one of those that could get, because it does have the hyaluronic acid in it, and sometimes those concealers don't do well for me. They look a little more dry than dewy, where the creaseless that they had looked very dewy underneath my eye area, and I really liked it. Okay, so it definitely, that little bit was to me like enough as far as coverage goes. You guys can see one eye versus without. And that was like just a little bit. And it did a good job of covering. So I've got to say, it did a really good job of covering. I'll take a little bit around my nose here. A little bit there on my nose, a little bit more coverage there, and above my lip. Right there, I get a little redness. But it does, and I'm just keeping it on my brush. I'm not even going back in with my hand. She's kind of that flawless cream-like. So, I mean, so far, it's getting a little bunchy, but that's what you've got to be real careful with applying it, guys, because I'm telling you, if you get too much of this, it will definitely crease. Because you got to be careful with it, because that little bit is all you need. So you know what? I think I'm going to do with this, I'm going to do it on my finger on this side, because usually sometimes these kind of products do really well with a finger. So I'm going to take and warm up this on this hand and put a little bit on my finger here. And I'm going to just take a little bit right there with my finger. I like to do these sometimes with my finger, because sometimes it does a really good job. I'm not really big on sponges, doing concealer with my sponge. I usually will go over it sometimes, but I really like it to be more, it's just sometimes with the sponge, I just feel like it gets all in my eye, and I don't know, I'm not really crazy about with the sponge like I am with my face. But now that did really good with my finger. So it did a really good job with my finger. It did do well. You don't need a lot. I'm gonna go back in with, I still have some on the back of my hand here. I'm gonna take a little bit more right around my nose like we did the other side. Try not to hit our spot that we cut ourselves on. A little bit right through here. And again, I'm very dry now. I did do a really good eye cream too, so hopefully that helps as well. But it's supposed to be very juicy and very hydrating. It does have a glow. I mean, a little bit of a glow, I think. It does have a little juiciness to it. It's just the thing with this one, guy, you just don't need but a little dab. Like this concealer, like you could tell if you dip your finger, and it's very easy to put your finger in. Let me show you. So when you put your finger in it, if you just barely, look at that. Look how much come up with your finger. That's a ton. I'm gonna try to find a place that look at that. Look how much that come off of my finger. You have to be very careful with this one. And because it's in a jar or in a little, little component like this, you just got to be careful not to. It's a lot easier to control it with a wand. This one's gonna be a little bit more, harder to not get too much in a jar. So I'm wondering why Tarte put it in a jar. I don't know if it's just because they wanted to do a cream and I mean, maybe be a little different. I don't know. I'm not really sure how they wanted or what their thoughts on this one, because I used to love pot concealer. But so far, it actually, it looks really good. Now, I will say the coverage looks better on this side with the brush than it does on this side with the finger. Now, I didn't go in and add more to that, but I am going to go in and do it now. So let me take a little bit more of my brush and go in and just add a little bit more there, just to smooth that out a little bit more, and to add just a little bit more coverage right there. The shade, again, I got was in medium. It's not bad. I mean, I think it's pretty good. Usually I like it a tad bit lighter. I like to mix it, but I didn't want to get something that I would have to mix. I wanted something that I could just kind of do, but definitely it looks a little bit better. I will say this looks better with a brush. The finger's not bad though. The finger wasn't bad. You saw it, and it wasn't bad. But I do like it a little bit better with the brush. But we're gonna have to play with this one and see, guys. So far it's setting down pretty good. I don't feel like I'm gonna need usually I might use a little hint of powder maybe for something like this. But I don't want to do, because again, I feel like because of the hyaluronic acid, it could make it look a little bit more like crunchy, a little bit more not very hydrated looking, even though it is hydrating. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna have to play with it more. This one I'm gonna have to play with more and see. But I think this one is, because this one's like is it a 0.5 ounce? I believe it's a 0.5 ounce. Let's see here. It's a 5.5 grams, you know, or 0.19 ounce. So you get a little bit less than 0.5 actually. So it's a little bit less. I want to say it was, I got a discount on it because I got it off Tarte, and I want to say it was like, it's like 30 bucks, I think for this. So I don't know. We're going to have to play with this one and see, guys. So right now it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I have to wear it and see. I don't know if this means it's gonna, I don't think it, you know, we'll just have to wear it and see how it's gonna wear, because I don't really know this one for sure, and the wear on it and how it's gonna look all day or whatever, because sometimes, again, these hyaluronic acid type products that help to brighten your under eyes usually sometimes will make your eyes look drier. You got to be careful with hyaluronic acid in products, especially if you're dry, because sometimes that's not always a good thing. So just keeping that in mind. Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap this up real quick. Just a real quick rundown. Both of these foundations are really lovely. They're both really beautiful products. Again, it just depends on your skin type and what you are. I just really don't recommend either one of these for very oily skin. Other than that, you can play with it. Just remember, I feel like this one gives a little bit more of a really dewy look. This one gives more of a satin finish, light coverage. This one gives more of a medium coverage. They're both long wearing. They do stay on really good all day. They don't make the skin look dry. They don't make it look cakey. I would avoid putting on way too much because it can get you cakey if you try to apply it too much. I think these are made to be more lighter weight skin hybrid type products. So just keep that in mind. And as far as the Maracuja, the Juicy, the lip. I'm thinking about my MAC lipstick, my Candy Yum Yum lipstick. I'm sorry, the Maracuja Juicy Concealer. We're still gonna have to keep playing with it. You know, it does crease a little bit. It is creasing, but of course I didn't powder. You know, but I'm just going to have to wear it a little bit longer and see what I think of it, guys, because I really can't tell right at the moment. It did a good job of covering. It does from a distance look very dewy. I'll have to see if it looks dry a little bit later on as I film, but I will keep you guys posted and let you guys know. And also, yeah, this Candy Yum Yum. This is the new reformulated MAC. MAC reformulated a lot of their classic lipsticks, and this is the Candy Yum Yum, and it's a beautiful candy pink lipstick. It's one of MAC's classics. I think this one actually, I don't think that this one is the matte one. It's the matte, but they're so creamy. They feel so good. They're not made to be very long wearing, I don't think, but they're really creamy. I do love this color. I just think it's so, what I'm hoping for is spring. So, I mean, it's just bringing the spring out, the Barbie vibes. We just love it. It's just really happy. It's a very happy color. Love it with the blue and the purple. It just looks really good, all of it together. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I hope that this video was informative, that it helped you out, make a decision, or see if you guys were interested in either one of these foundations. Please let me know down below. You know, make sure that you subscribed if you like this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up as well. You can turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. We would love to have you as part of our little family here at GabeLuvsMakeup, because when I say this is a family, this is your channel as much as it is my channel. And yeah, that's all there is to it. It's just like, I just look at you guys, you're a part of my family, and you're very important to me. You're more than just subscribers to me. I talk to you guys, a lot of you personally, and I just really enjoy having you as part of my family. So anyway, if you didn't like this video, I don't know what to tell you. You know, you just have to give it a thumb down, you know. You just have to, whatever you feel like. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Be safe, be strong, be proud, think tall, love yourself. Remember to tell somebody that you love them today, because life is way too short. And also remember to be kind to somebody today, because kindness goes an awful long way. And with that said, guys, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, and we will see you again in the next video. Bye.